the British are making use of other resources. Many amateur breeders keep racing pigeon lofts. $200,000 of the best among them are given to the armed forces by their patriotic owners. Men know how to use animal instinct to make war. For you pigeons who are monogamous, don't forget to take your sweetheart along, the one you'll always want to return to in your future military dovecot. Satisfying your great appetite is another way to bind you to your duty station. Links of the heart and the belly that, thanks to your internal compass, will always make you bring back your precious messages wherever your dovecot has been moved. You will also fly aboard Royal Air Force planes and will serve in case of distress, or if radio silence is imposed to escape enemy ears. Alongside, other feathered friends are relative turkeys. Never before this phony war, where the nation must show it is looking after its children well, have soldiers had the right to such a meat-based diet. Especially in the festive period, which favors great carnage. From the start of the conflict, animals have played their part better than men. Some actively, just by filling their bellies, waiting for the next year when everything should return to normal after the alert is passed. Fortunately, in early 1940, though demobilization is far off, there are still some animals there to comfort you. While the men continue to stagnate in the West, a proper war has broken out in the North. Fresh from its agreements with Germany, USSR has attacked its small Finnish neighbor with an eye to annexing certain territories. A new animal enters the war arena. It is quickly separated from his fellow creatures. Tough on you, reindeer, who have only ever been a herd animal. It's your bad luck, animals in wartime. The better adapted you are to your home turf, the quicker the combatants will exploit you. The Finnish soldiers know all your qualities. Your hooves become concave in winter. Their cutting edge sticks to slippery surfaces, while your pads of flesh are covered with hair and act as a snowshoe. You test the terrain, never crossing a frozen lake as a herd. Always in single file. Were the glass to give way, only the first few would be swallowed up. The Finnish slider also knows the delicate science of the team. Always put the leader on the outside of the team. It obeys orders, sets the tempo. This is how we move in battle. same goes for the sled dogs in this war in Finland, where guerrilla warfare matters more than big battles. The agility, speed, and endurance of these dogs, accustomed to the snow, allow them to help in every way possible. They go everywhere to accomplish their missions, the most noble of which may be rescuing the wounded. Even though in March 1940, despite its 20,000 dead and the bravery of her men and her animals, little Finland must surrender and yield to Soviet demands. One month later, the Wehrmacht gains a foothold in Denmark. This neutral country is preventing access to Sweden, supplier of iron ore that is indispensable to Germany. But watching you dogs, you don't necessarily want to march in step. You look distracted. You look anxious, undermining the fighting unanimity praised by your master's propaganda. Nevertheless, in a few hours, the Germans occupy Copenhagen, and the Danish government surrenders. But Black, King Christian X's young horse, allows his master to continue his daily promenade among his subjects. Acceptance of the occupation, some will say. In reality, the first act of resistance of a population united around him, who embodies the nation and who does not intend to bend under the German yoke. During wartime, the clatter of horses' hooves can both sound like a knell and yet resound with hope. May 10th, 1940. Continuing the impetus of its Scandinavian campaign, Germany attacks Luxembourg, Belgium, and France. The whole of Europe is descending into turmoil. 2 million men are involved, and therefore even more animals, some of which swiftly signal the French defeat and point the way to Germany for the countless prisoners. The disaster is accompanied by an unprecedented civilian debacle. Once again, thank you, animals. It is they who allow the poor, who have no petrol in this time of scarcity, to save the essentials. Unlike Poland, the Germans are ordered not to attack civilians. But there's nothing to stop them helping themselves. As for you, domestic animals, abandoned by the thousand in these great necropolises that the French countryside has now become, what to do with your newfound freedom? The authorities intend to hide from your masters the current disaster. But you reveal without words what people feel. A sense of horror and abandonment for a whole people orphaned by a mother country that is now dead.